Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Anno 117, Pax Romana. So at the start of today's episode, we have quite a few things we need to take care of. I went ahead and built this road, connecting our industrial area with the rest of our settlement. And the first thing we're going to need to get is we need to get the wheat farm constructed. You also notice I did build another hemp farm, since we're going to need more hemp. You'll see a bit later why. So I guess we'll put this on this road here, the new road that we just built out. Remember, these ones are a bit larger, so let's put it right here in the middle, and that's probably the direction we're going to want it to face as well. Yeah, that's clearly the back. So we're going to place it here, off on its lonesome, I suppose, and then we'll want to get 140 of the wheat. So it appears we only want it to be 2 on each side, and then it'll go all the way back. Right, excellent, so it looks pretty good. It looks like we have a little bit of open space here, but that's okay. There's not really any way to fix that and still have it look good. We could just place something there, like, let's take a look and see what we might want to put there, what might be natural. Clearly going to want something from the walls and hedges, maybe a trimmed hedge. Can also do the stone wall. Might be kind of weird that you have the stone wall right next to this one, and that it doesn't go all the way through, but let's just take a look and see how it would appear. I mean, it's not too bad. Maybe take a look at the hedge instead, see if we like that better. Let's just do the stone wall, since all these other locations have stone walls. It doesn't matter if they're doubled up. They're marking their field. Alright, so just to make use of that space. So that'll produce wheat for our settlement. And then of course we already have the grain mill, so we just need a bakery. And I am going to place this over here despite the fire hazard, just to get a bit more income. And we're going to want it to face this way, I think. So you see it's like a little store here as well, where our residents can purchase their bread. So we want it to face out that way, while the back there will face towards our docks. So that's everything for the bread line. Now there's a few things we need to get here. So first we're going to get these fisheries. And I think we're going to construct 2 of these. I think it'll be required to have 2 of them. And you'll notice that I moved these over because these shacks are larger than the fishing huts. And so I think it just seems more natural if you have, the really large trading posts, and then go down to this medium size, and then down to the smaller fishing hut. And then we'll place the salt ponds over here. I know that these are large, but I think it'd be kind of weird to have that right next to the trading post. I think it looks better to have it next to the rocks there. And then we'll also want to place 1 more of these on this side, so we have a little bit of symmetry here. And we need to connect this, which I don't know if we can get the little dock look to go out this way. You know what? We're gonna try and delete this road and see if we can't get it, which it might not work simply because we don't actually have this constructed yet. Yeah, it's still a dirt road for now. And then let me see if I go this way. Yeah, it's still dirt road. I just like the look of it a little bit better. And then remember, we're leaving this middle spot empty because we're going to build a wall eventually. Alright, so you'll notice we did not have all the resources to construct these. We do have the spare wood. It's just a lack of the tiles. So that's what we're waiting on. I'd like to get some additional houses as well, but obviously those will require the timber, so we're going to need to wait until we produce these tiles. So we're just waiting on tiles now, so we'll probably want to fast forward this. Alright, so we have enough tiles to get these 2 constructed. We'll have to wait on that one. And then let's go ahead and get some houses, since we have that spare timber. So this is going to result in a little bit of a weird situation here at the front. Since we can't place a house here, we'll just place some decorations there, I guess. Maybe some statues. It is right at the entrance, so it makes sense to have something nice there. I don't know if that the fountain would fit, but if it does, we'll put that there. But yeah, let's go and get some more houses over here. Remember, this is perfect for the sizes that we want. We have just enough space, but looks like we'll have a little extra space over here that we could do something with eventually. So we'll get those houses. We still have some more wood. Rather than build more, let's go and work on upgrading some houses here with our extra timber. So upgrade all those since we were lacking in the plebs. And we're already almost halfway to what our goal is for the tutorial, getting to the 200 plebs. So these guys are still lacking the flour. That will take some time for them to get that produced. I'm wondering if they're too far. Yeah, they're too far from this warehouse. I did figure that would be the case, so I moved it from over here to over here. But apparently that's still too far. What we might want to do is put a warehouse in this location. Yeah, let's just put a warehouse right here because there's going to be other stuff in this area. And we have the spare space right here anyways. So yeah, let's put the warehouse, I suppose we'll just put it like right here. We can always move it if we don't like it there. Let's just get them a close one so they can transport this wheat. Because that's what the issue here is. That they can't get the wheat to the warehouse. It seems like that should be close enough, honestly. I don't want to move it any further down this way since, you got all these other, businesses, industries here that need to make use of that warehouse. Now we do have the available tiles to get this constructed. However, let's instead use it to get the garum works. And remember, we're going to want these far from the houses since they do reduce the happiness. So we'll want one right here because that is not within range of any of the houses. I feel like that's clearly the front right there. And I suppose we'll place another one right next to it and make sure that we're not affecting any of the houses here. I think we need a total of 3 of these eventually, but for right now, let's just get the 2. But yeah, we'll eventually need to get one more since I think it'll be one of our objectives to complete the tutorial. That's all we had enough tiles for, and we still need to get this produced as well. Let's go ahead and make use of that last tile. And now we're going to be saving up tiles to get the governor's villa, which we're going to construct over here. We can continue to use the timber to upgrade our houses since we do need more plebs. Actually, let's build the houses up here. I want our houses in this area to look a bit nicer. Since remember, our villa is going to be back there. So we'll get 5 houses going this way, and we need to figure out what we want to place here. I think we have like an extra space in the middle. Yeah. And let's just place the houses down here, though we have something new we can produce since we just got city status 2. We are a minor city, and this is going to make the city watch available here, which fights fires. Well, it's in the city watch category. It's called like the Vigilus. So we're definitely going to want one over here since there's high fire risk in this area. And we want it to affect all the buildings in this region. So probably right... we could put it right here since they have the high fire risk. And it looks like that will reach... yeah, that reaches all the buildings we have. All right, excellent. So let's see how we want this to look. Honestly, that's probably fine. So place that there. They need tiles as well. And then we're going to want one over here too. And then we'll want this one constructed first. It requires 5 tiles total. So we'll need to get those before we're able to construct the governor's villa. But we did unlock a bunch of new stuff here. So we can get a barracks. We can do the wooden palisades. So these are the defensive walls. And get a gate for it, as well as wooden archer towers. And then we can produce weapons, which we'd need to get the iron from one of these mines over here in the mountain slots. So you can do all this in the tutorial, but it's not necessary because there's no combat in the tutorial mission. But from here you can get those iron mines, a furnace. Of course, you're going to need to have charcoal burners, so probably have to have an additional one if you were to go this route, and then a weaponsmith. And you want to get all that before you constructed your barracks. Now, the villa does have some of its own troops, has a couple units that come with it. But again, it's not really all that important because there's no combat here in the tutorial. So we got some new public services unlocked, a sanctuary and a grammaticus. So this will unlock some knowledge. so that we can start researching. And then this here gives you belief and happiness. Alright, so let's go ahead and get those built. I know that we don't have the tiles for it. At the very least, we can get them placed, see where we want them. So like this doesn't quite fit in this location, so you'd have to have it up here, but you see it has very good range, so it's going to affect all of our houses. And it makes sense to put it up here, since again the villa is going to be right there, so it would be close to the villa. You'd probably want it like that. Yeah, that looks nice. So you can see it's getting, our neighborhood is getting nicer as you move up.
Ambrosia's Sanctuary and the Saturnalia of 71. I recall your lavender-scented Stola. Such fun we had.
You're thinking of Fausta, dear. The nymph who thought she had prospects because you were drunk.
Oh, I had forgotten. Honeysuckle, can you forgive me?
I already have, oh husband of mine.
So that was our objective. And so now we can select a patron god. Let's go ahead and pause this. And we'll skip through that dialogue so that we can focus on this. So we have 3 different choices, I believe, that are currently unlocked. The rest of them you have to research. But we start with 3 options. So this is Ceres, the August Mother of Fields. Extends her divine grace to farmers, mothers, and marriages. It's going to increase the production of all of these goods. So probably the most useful for us. You can also see what you get as you get more devotion. Because we have a few other options. There's Neptune, and this would be helpful too. We'd see that effect. And then there's Mars, and this one would not be all that useful for us at the moment, since we're not really producing any of these goods. There's a couple of them that we are, but for the most part I do think that these 2 are much better options, and I think we're gonna go with this one here. So that's gonna be our patron god, the Mother of Fields. Alright, so we'll start getting those bonuses, and it does reach all of our fields, so that's one of the advantages here of having it in that location and having our fields over here. We still need to get the Grammaticus. We're gonna want to, you know what, first let's get this here going out. And what we'll probably want to do is place the villa on this side. I'll show you guys what that looks like. That's going to be over here. And it's very large. So we'll place it right there, but we're not going to do it just yet, since we're not going to be able to construct that anytime soon. Instead we're going to produce this and probably just put it right here. Like right across from the villa. Yeah, that makes sense. And this should be prioritized. So we'll get it placed, and as soon as we have enough of the tiles, we'll get that produced. Now we also need to get these built for the fire hazard. Essentially, tiles are really the problem. Now we can take a look and see if the bottleneck is the actual clay, or if it's in the tiler. Let's see how we're looking in our warehouses. Now we can set up trade, but I don't think it actually takes place here in the tutorial. I had set up all my goods to be traded once their inventory had gotten to a certain amount. I'll show you guys how we do that. So let's say we wanted to sell sardines, right? So you can set it so it doesn't trade at all. You can set to purchase sardines, or you can set to sell your sardines, or just maintain your stock here. So if we wanted to just sell it, so we could say we want to sell when it's above, I don't know, 35 or something. And then the idea here is that any ships that we're passing by could come and purchase those. But you can see we have plenty of clay here. It's really the tiler where the bottleneck is. So let's go ahead and get another tiler. So we'll just go ahead and copy that, and I'm gonna see if I can't place it right next to it. No, I think this is actually the front, isn't it? Yeah, you put it backwards. I suppose we can relocate that real quick. Oh, this one just has a different look. And I don't know if we'll have enough charcoal for it. I didn't see what our charcoal supply was. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Just take some time to get over there. Alright, so we do have a request here from the Emperor.
Marcius, I know how incredibly busy you must feel, but my divine Julia's birthday approaches, and nothing is in place. No garum, for example. Imagine, banquets without garum are as reeds without sound. No, we must have our garum. You will supply it, Governor, a sample of the first fruit of Juliana for my senator friends. The ripest and most pungent on offer.
The garum will be delivered to Villa Augusta before you know it, Emperor.
Oh, and another thing, Marcius. The decorative drapes. Julia adores a birthday drape. And don't we all?
I don't currently have any drape productions, Emperor.
No, and I wouldn't expect you to. No, these drapes could only have been woven by the wonderful women of Lily Bayonne. Go introduce yourself to Valeria. She'll have them and more.
Alright, so this is where we get introduced to the trading mechanics. Because we will be able to do a bit of trading, even if the traders don't seem to go to your settlement. And, you know, purchase your goods, as I was just talking about. Or at least I didn't see any of that happening here in the tutorial. But you can still trade with your own ship. So that's our objective here. We need to go pick up these drapes, but we also need to get one more of the garum works. But like I said, we're gonna have to wait to get that because we have a high demand right now on our tiles, and I really feel like we should prioritize this so we can start researching. So we're gonna wait till we get 10, and then we'll produce that. We could go pick up the drapes though. So why not go ahead and do that so that we're putting our ship to work. So that's going to be over here in this location, and we can trade here, and we could actually bring some goods to them now.
Families never left. They breathed in the dust and debris of Ocassos, paid for it with early death, but they never left.
So we can see what they're currently offering and what they request. And the only thing that we could fulfill for them is clay and oats, which I'm not entirely sure if we have excess of those, because the clay we're using for the tiles, and we have a new tiler, so we probably should keep it in our settlements. We can take a look at the oats. I highly doubt we have an excess though. But this is how much they have available to sell, but they'll purchase an unlimited amount of these raw materials. So before we head over there, let's just take a look at our supplies. Yeah, the oats, we do not have any extra. That's what I was expecting. We do have clay, but we really need that to produce the tiles. So we're not going to be able to sell anything.
What could you possibly...
At least not on this particular trip.
Your emperor demands a tribute.
I get it. So he's quite bossy.
Through the waves. This is an...
Oh, this is a different objective from him. Let's get our ship heading over here. And that will uncover all this fog for us. Just kind of showing you guys the distance to our own settlement. In case you're curious how large this tutorial map is. Our ship's on the way. And let's see what the Emperor is wanting from us. Emperor Lucius has approached you on the slide, demanding you part with 5,000 denarii, possibly in order to cover the cost of Julia's lavish birthday party. Legally, there is no reason why you can't simply refuse, but then he is the Emperor. Do you pay him? So we're going to go ahead and pay him. We only have 10,000, but we'll give him half of it.
Good.
Because you do actually get it back.
So, Ben Barlian, was that normal? That the Emperor asked for money on such short notice?
So basically, the Emperor is kind of corrupt. I think that's what they're trying to express there. We have the 10 tiles, so we're going to get that constructed. That's going to start producing knowledge for us. Or I should say start producing more knowledge. We're already getting some, but it's going to start going up much quicker. And once we get 50, we'll be able to start researching something. So we still need to get the other garum works, but I'd really like to go ahead and get these constructed before we do that. And then after we get all that done, we can start finally working on the villa. So it looks like our ship has arrived over here. And we're just going to pick up the drapes. And talk to this character as well.
Welcome to Lily Bayonne, Governor. I am Valeria Turan. proprietor of its many establishments. I sourced Arabian drapes for the villa decorations. I had no idea governors had time to be such trustworthy couriers.
So we now have the drapes, and we will have to bring that to the Emperor. No reason to do multiple trips though, because we're already going to have to bring some garum. So we're just going to come back home. Which we haven't got that objective yet since we don't have the third garum works. Because we're still waiting on getting more tiles. We do have enough tiles to get one of these constructed. We'll do this one first. And while we're waiting, I think we'll go ahead and get more houses. So I was building over here, and then we got distracted. So again, we're gonna build. That's fine. We'll build the houses on this side, or on these two sides, I should say. Whatever, it's fine. Doesn't gotta be perfect here. And then that leaves this open space here in the middle, because we'll place a house here as well. And we just opened up research.
Research any specific discovery.
So we just opened research. We're going to need to take a look at that. So we're going to pause this. And I want to show you guys the research tree. So it's a rather large tech tree. A lot of different options here. You have the 3 different branches: economic, civic, and military. Show you guys what we can start with. So those are the economic ones. Here are the civic ones. And then there's the military options. We're going to go ahead and get the market focus. So this increases the effect range of markets. I think it's a good place for us to start here. It's going to be the one most useful to us in the tutorial. Alright, so now that we have these houses all around here, it leaves this open space. And then we also have this open space over here. Now we're going to be using a lot of money to get all these ornaments, but we're actually producing money for the first time. We're no longer in the red, and I think that's largely due to the new businesses we got and all these additional houses. And of course that bakery's helping us boosting the economy in this area where we've surrounded it with buildings. But while we wait on more tiles, let's go ahead and make our place look a little bit more pretty. We're going to use the flagstone here. So get this whole place changed to flagstone. And then we'll see what we can fit here. Like, I'd really like to get a fountain somewhere. Let me see if it fits here. It does fit here. So I'll probably put the fountain in this location, which we're going to place the flagstone here as well. Just something nice when people come in. Obviously it's like right behind the bakery, but it's fine. Let's not think too hard on this. And then we'll get that fountain. Guess I can't put it perfectly. So place one there. Maybe put some grass here instead. So maybe like that, just so it's symmetrical. Maybe we'll put a statue here as well, like King Numa and his wife on the other side there. Yeah, it looks good. Could also get some fire right here. That's what this looks like. Might be a bit crowded though. Yeah, this thing's kind of crowded. And then over here in the grass, let's put like a tree or something, or some bushes. I like the olive tree. We'll place that there. And I guess we could do some wildflowers or some shrubbery right here. What's that one? Alright, excellent. So that's what people will see when they first enter our city. And then over here, I'm not really sure what we want to place. Let me know down in the comments what you think would be good here. Could continue doing some more statues. We got a painted one. So we place that here. Could also get some fire going, light the place up a bit.
Accept my sacrifice.
Could do an arch.
Clay, an ox in spirit.
I don't know. Let me know down in the comments how you want to decorate this little central location that we have here. Alright, so we do have the tiles to finish that. And so now let's go ahead and get the villa.
If an island
Now,
is
given
invaded,
we don't
your villa will
quite have enough tiles, but that's okay. We can at least get it placed here. So we're going to place it in this location right on the corner. And again, we need one more tile to get that done. And let's go and get some houses while we wait for that tile to be produced. Because again, we're going to need a lot more people. Plebs are at 138 towards the 200. We have a lot of extra workers, so we can also just upgrade. We'll get one house right here. And then for this little area here, you'd probably just put more houses and you'd have, you know, build the roads out that way. And I suppose we can get some houses over here, but we need to get the roads going out. So I know where we want to place them. And we wouldn't want this road going out that way, since this isn't really optimum. You know, it's just because of our tavern and our market. That's why we had to make that a little bit larger. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue placing houses. And we're going to start over here with these. Get this road extended. And then figure out where we want this road. It's going to need to be right here. And put another line of houses over here. Alright, excellent. We're still looking great on wood. Oh, looks like we might need to adjust that some.
Had another sister, sold to a Greek wool merchant, and that was the last time we saw her.
And then get one more right here. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and start upgrading. And again, I want to upgrade the locations that are here. Not sure why that one's not able to upgrade. We'd have to take a look and see what the issue is there. Clearly something isn't reaching them. They're close enough to the market and the tavern, so it's got to be something else. Oh, no, they're good now. Maybe because we just recently built them, so they didn't have all of their goods just yet. So we haven't upgraded the locations here yet. I really feel like this would not be the most desirable part of your city since it's close to the docks. And so that's probably where your lowest level workers would be. And you do have to keep some of those, because you'll need them to work in certain buildings. We need to get the villa constructed.
Your first soldiers think they're ready. I dare say the beginning.
And so again, that one does give you some soldiers, as well as increase the prestige, and it'll allow us to get specialists that we don't currently have any available. This is our level of prestige, 74, and here's the garrison. So it has 2 garrison units. So we have our first military units. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this objective up now. Now that we got the villa, wanted to make sure we got that done. And we did just get new options available. Yeah, we need to get one more of the garum works. Again, we'll make sure we're not affecting any of the houses. And we'll just keep them all in the same area here. Alright, excellent. So that's the 3 that we needed in order to complete this objective. And now we need to load 5 of those onto our ship. And this is just another tutorial up here. I don't think we've looked at this yet, the transferring of goods. Yeah, this is how you move goods onto your ship. So we need 5 of the garum, which we don't want to select all those, we only want 5 of them. Alright, excellent. So now we can start heading over to the Emperor, Villa Augustus here, so that we can deliver the drapes and the garum to the birthday party. And we might, while we're waiting on that, want to start completing some of these other things that need to be built. And the reason these became available is because we did get to the 200 plebs that was necessary. And this is the last thing you need in order to finish up the tutorial, because you have to construct a ship eventually. And so we need the ropes and we need the sails, and this is why I wanted the additional hemp farm, guys. because you just never have enough hemp in order to get the ropes done. So we've already got the 2 hemp farms, so now we can make a rope maker. I think it makes sense to put that over here. Could put it over here as well. We don't want to destroy any of those. Could put it in this location, I guess. I think we'll just place it right here. And then we'll just build the road out a bit further. So they'll start making the ropes that we need. And then we're also going to need to get this unlocked. And then we'll need to get the sails. So this is sandals. So that increases income, population, and soap. So people can get clean, increases population and health as you'd expect. So we'd have to get those 2. This is not necessary to complete the tutorial. So we should probably prioritize getting the sails first. And I'm not too worried about the sheep. Generally, you end up having a lot of sheep, so I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. However, we might run into the issue of the warehouse being too far away with these way over here. We want to place that towards the front, of course. And we'll build the road out a bit more. So those will eventually start producing the cells and the rope that we're going to need in order to finish the tutorial. I just want to zoom in here so you can take a look at all the new buildings that we constructed. Particularly our villa. All the details. All little people walking around. I always get a kick out of stuff like that. And the way your settlement's growing. Of course, we need to make better use of this space here. Make it look a little bit more beautiful. Here you see some people standing here, talking next to the statue in the fountain. So I love all that. Still making money here. Not as much as we were, though, due to some of the things we recently constructed. The villa's pretty expensive. That's why I wanted to wait to get that. But yeah, we can now complete this objective. Our ship has arrived. And so we're going to attend Julia's birthday party, I think. We're at least delivering the Draves and the Garum. I don't know if the party will take place just yet.
You know, I'm new, but I don't think governors are normally expected to attend to an emperor's personal whims.
Okay, so we delivered that. We still have to deliver the Garum here.
Lucius seems a bit all over the place with the arrangements.
See how the Villa Augusta changes her complexion for the big day? I sampled your garum, as noxious as I'd hoped. But now for something more important. Julia's birthday present is a temple I had built. Keep it quiet, etc. But those idiots delivered a stack of broken bloody tiles for the roof, and it looks unfinished, bald as a coot.
Fear not, Emperor Lucius. I will deliver these tiles of yours.
Everything has to be in its proper place on her birthday. She deserves only the best.
Alright, so now we need to deliver 20 tiles. So that's going to take us a little while to get those produced. I don't know how many we have at the moment. I guess we'll find out when we go back to our settlement. We'll have our ship head on over there. And we currently have 9. Okay, so we won't have to wait too long because we have 2 of those tilers producing them. So it should go at a good rate. And in order to get more money, because you do bring your money with you out of the tutorial. So being as successful as possible in this tutorial section is in your best interest, since it'll set you up better when you start the first, full-on mission. We have a letter for us.
Emilia Naucratia, to her beloved son Marcus.
So this is from our mother. Before all else, I pray you are not in danger at sea. I wish you would write me a letter telling me of your welfare and your new home. The Nile is swelling and your father is preparing for the floods. I hope you are eating well and dressing warmly. Your sister Marcia sends her greetings. She will marry in spring. I wish you the greatest of good fortune. To Juliana in Latium, to Marcus Necratius, from his mother, addressed to the villa of the governor.
Mother always worries, sir.
So remember, our family is in what is basically Egypt, with the Nile. What they call it, like Egyptus or something like that, I believe is what they call it in this game. I suppose we could do a bit of trading just to show that off while we wait to get these tiles, since we haven't done any trade yet. So let's say we wanted to trade, I don't know, like 10 of the clay. Obviously don't really have a lot of it, but we'll just get 10 clay. Remember, we don't have the oats, which is the other thing that they want, but we could produce more of that so that we could do a bit more trading in order to earn a bit more money. Maybe in between episodes I'll set that up. So yeah, we need to come all the way over here, and then we'll trade these 10 clay. You're not going to get a lot of money for that, but at least we'll show how that works. Another thing I haven't looked at in the series yet is the removing of ruins. So this takes time and also workers. So this will require 20 of our workers here. So we wanted to get rid of that. So yeah, I'll take that time, a minute, and then once it's done, we'll be able to get that removed. So there's all these different ruins here, you know, from the volcano which destroyed the original settlement here in Brosia. So you could say that it represents like Pompeii. I think somebody mentioned that in the comments of the first episode. Or any other settlement in antiquity that was destroyed by volcanoes, because Pompeii certainly wasn't the only one, just the more famous one, since you know, we have access to those ruins and we learned a lot from them. Yeah, once this is done, we'll have to actually clear them. And we do have the necessary tiles, so we'll need to get those delivered. But of course our ship is on a trade mission at the moment, so we'll have to wait until they come back home. Okay, with this done, now we just click on it, and then it removes the ruins. And what's nice about this is it also results in you getting some resources. So we got 10 timber and then something else as well. Some carbonized bread. So our ship has arrived. So now we just go back to the transfer menu, and then we sell that 10 clay, and we'll get 40 denarii. So again, it's not much. You need to have a lot more resources on a shipment if you want it to be highly profitable. Alright, so now we need to return back to our settlement to pick up that 20 tiles and deliver it to the Emperor. Alright, so with our ship returning back home with a little pod of dolphins following them, we want 20 of these, send it off to the Emperor. So our flagship has arrived with the tiles, so let's get those delivered.
Ah, the tiles! Now all is finally as it should be on her birthday. Yes, I've made sure Bulbonia Celsus, cousin Calpurnia, and the rest of that gang are out on the barge.
Good. I would like some sleep in the coming weeks.
It is your birthday, Julia. I refuse to let it pass without notice. You'll soon get into the spirit when you see what our young governor has capped off for you.
It was a pleasure, oh my Emperor.
The big surprise you keep talking about. Not too costly, I hope.
Behold the sanctuary of Minerva Juliana, goddess of 1,000 works.
It is beautiful. Thank you, husband, for this thoughtful gift. Marcus, before you go, I wonder if I could ask a small favor of you. It's about my daughter, Diana. Could you find her for me? Invite her to my birthday. The occasion just won't be the same without her.
So the Empress's daughter is out over that way. And so that's what we're going to be doing in the next episode. So it looks like she's right out here. And so we're going to send our ship on over there. That's where the quest target is. So that's where she's located. That's her. So we'll send our ship on over there. And then the next episode we'll see what happens next here in the story. But unfortunately, we do have to end today's episode here. So that our ship's sailing by that is. Settlement's looking pretty good. Still kind of small, but we'll try and build out a few more things. Maybe get the sandals and the soap. Not really necessary for the tutorial, but we could get those. And maybe another oak farm as well. And it looks like we found another island out here. There are a ton of islands, even in this tutorial map, that you could, I suppose, technically settle.
There. Funny how Lucius never mentioned his daughter. Still, it's her birthday, not his.
So yeah, it might be a little bit of tension there.
Two gentlemen here to see you.
We also have some visitors that arrived at our villa. Let's go ahead and pause this. I was going to end the episode, but you know what? Let's go ahead and do this first.
Your instruction.
Because this is about the specialist mechanic, which we haven't really been able to interact with at all. So I'll let you guys read this since it is the end of the episode here. We have two different options. We have Brutus, who claims he can do the work of 10 men, and that his twin, Gaius, is always found behind the desk and never lifts a finger. And then we have the second one, Gaius, who claims to be a reliable landlord. He says his twin brother is an illiterate brute who only a fool would hire. So we can choose to either hire Brutus, and you can see the bonus that he provides in the tooltip. Workforce from residents that are within range will be plus 20% if we hire Brutus, and if we hire Gaius, then the income area effect will go up. So it's about, do you want more workforce from your residents, or do you want more income? And I say we probably want more income. So let's hire Gaius, as we have plenty of space if we want to build
Quite the striking
more houses in order to you know, get more workers. So what we want to do is get that specialist placed in our villa. So it's the only option that we currently have available. And so these are the houses that are actually getting that bonus, and you can see our income is now up to 157. So doing very, very well, earning some good money here for our next mission. But unfortunately, we do have to end today's episode here. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, make sure you have a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment as we continue finding new islands out here. So yeah, I'll see you guys on episode 3, and thanks for watching.